Welcome to the No New Friends podcast, the podcast for adults who love to laugh at adulting. It's our 50th episode, and we've got guest James Yon on. We catch up with him and find out what's new in his world. We also get some stories from the Sunrail and what's in your junk drawer. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the No New Friends podcast.
Catfish. You catch that
Like
in
the online dating strategy?
No, the fish. The fish.
I've done that before.
You catch it in fresh water, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So is that still considered seafood, or is that just like water food? What is
It's
what do you call
traditional
that?
land fish, Mary.
No, it's not on the land. I guess sometimes they do get on the land. They flap around.
I'll have to get our
I don't
intern
know.
on that because that's a valid
Right?
question.
It's not really seafood. What is it? Water food? Swimming food?
I call it fish.
And now it's time for the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris.
Minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number one by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting, and I promise you, you will be doing that this evening. Please connect with us. All of our links are in the episode description, that Linktree link, and shout out our sponsors, I Believe Services, for all of your home and commercial cleaning needs. My name is Scott. I am your host. With me, as always, my co-host, the queen of the Sunrail, Mary.
Hey!
And our producer, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Handy is dandy, but liquor is quicker.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Right.
that's fantastic.
Okay.
The glasses for
I meshed both Willy Wonkas together for that one.
You sure did, Chris.
Yeah.
I liked it. And this is our 50th episode. We're so excited. You know, most podcasts only last about 6 or 7. We're at 50. So to commemorate the event, we have a very special guest with us tonight. You've seen him on Comcast Lowdown with James Yon, Funny Not Famous on Afro Entertainment. He's the host of Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1, a good friend and the star of the No New Friends podcast episode, Idols and Royals. Joining us again, Mr. James Yon.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to tell you right now, man, on paper, I sound amazing. Like, wow, that guy, I was in love with the guy you just introduced. But in real life, I got nothing.
Oh, you're too much. You're so humble. That's what what I love about you.
I am. And Chris, I love what you said at the very beginning. I will tell you, it was a little creepy. Like, you should move into neighborhoods and introduce yourself to each neighbor because it's court ordered. But I liked it. I liked it.
Oh, man. So
Speaking of candy, I have this white van outside. I don't know if you're interested.
You found my van?
You found it?
When you get to
Meanwhile-
the point you're disappointed he actually has candy, that's when you know you have a problem.
Wait a minute.
So on Wednesday, a really cool episode of Real Laughs aired, and I'm
Yes.
just so honored to have been a part of it. James absolutely slayed an interview with Lana Turner. And if you're not familiar with who she is, like I'm an uncultured swine, the wife of the late and great Ralphie May.
May. Absolutely. Thank you
James-
very much for the kind words. But
Incredible interview.
you helped me do that interview, and actually you had some very good points. You had some very good jokes in there, man. You did a great job. As I've told you before, you have a great radio voice. You have great energy. You do a great job. And I just want to let you know that from the very top of this show, thank you for everything you've ever done for me, because you've done a lot and people don't know that. So I love you as much as you love me, my friend.
Well, thank you, James.
James, that was super sweet. Scott, do you need a minute? Like a cigarette and a change of underwear? What are you going to do right now?
Right. Look, as I said, the first time James came on with us in, I think it was like episode 5, Idols and Royals. James, you were really a driving force in actually getting me going with podcasting, because I told you about it about 2 years ago.
Yep.
And every week James texts me, when are you
bugged you.
When are you going to start? So it was only natural that you were our first guest, and
you,
you're
man.
here on the 50th episode.
Thank you. I really don't take it lightly. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I love what you guys do. You guys have great chemistry. It's a very fun show. So keep up the good work, and I can't wait for the next 50.
I know.
Yeah.
We've got so many things planned. So James, you've got some big things on the horizon as well. And you talk about it a little bit on Real Laughs with Miguel, but
Thank
you
you.
just recorded a 30-minute television special. What
I
can you tell us
did.
about that?
Well, I'll tell you that as a comic, when you shoot a special, for most of us, I'll say, if you get to this point, it's about 20 years in the making. It's about 20 years in the making of you working on this act that you do for an hour at a time.
Except for Miguel, who just slides right in and it just happens.
Wait a minute, you were there for that? James thought you didn't see it.
Oh
What are
my
you
God.
talking
Well,
about?
I did tell him what the thumbnail was, so he looked it up. But yeah, Miguel is incredible. Like, I'll side note here, tangent. Miguel has something we call the gift of gab. Miguel doesn't need to rehearse. Miguel doesn't need to come up with material. You can literally hand Miguel a microphone, and for an entire hour, he'll have you dying of laughter, bent over, keeling over, pain in your stomach, because he just has that thing. He's just interesting. He's lived so many different crazy stories that he can just keep you entertained no matter what the occasion is. I don't have that. I have to practice, practice, practice. So for me, that special meant everything I've been working towards for the last 20 years as a comic culminated into that night, which was special. Thank God, and thank everybody who came out and supported it, because it was truly amazing. And the standing ovation at the end did not hurt. So thank you, everybody.
Wow, that's
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Now, how much, all of your family members that were in attendance, how much did you give them to give you that standing ovation at the end?
All my money. Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
kidding. Of
it
course,
was-
I've seen your show and you deserve a standing ovation every single time.
Thank you. Well, it was a little weird because my kids are old enough now where they can actually come see me. My kids are 21, 20, 19, and 18.
Okay.
So
Oh,
they
nice.
all came out with my wife, and it was special having them in the audience for me doing something on an occasion like that. Like, it meant a lot seeing them there. So for me, the family being there and having that reception just was the perfect storm. And I didn't leave anything on the table. I gave it everything I had, and I couldn't be prouder of it. So thank you for letting me talk about that.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. I can't wait to see it. And when you're able to tell us where we can see it, I'd love to have you back on so you can push that.
Now,
So-
we're
go ahead.
in talks right now with a very popular streaming service. I can't say who it is, but what I can tell you,
OnlyFans.
well,
Right,
that's
yes.
a given. I will tell you that you probably share an account with family members for this one.
You know, I got to tell you something.
So once
about
again, OnlyFans.
Barry, you and your father have a weird relationship. I was going to say that.
I got to tell you, James, my mother does not pay for a single streaming service and has all of them.
Yes.
She's got Disney Plus,
Yes.
HBO Max,
Does it right?
Yes.
Netflix, Hulu.
She has
everything.
$3,000 in streaming services that she doesn't pay for.
Not a single one.
She is
Not a
the
single
Donald Trump of streaming. Like,
one. She's got the most streaming. Nobody has any more streaming than
It's-
she does.
No one has a bigger one than your mom. I've always said
I
that.
don't.
Oh man. So James, how you said that it was a really cool experience having your family in the audience. How was it for them? Because I know you do a lot of jokes around your kind of centered around your family and your wife. How did that go?
Well, my kids showed up and surprised. Most of my material is about yo ass. But anyway, no, they knew, because as I would write jokes about them, I would always tell them the jokes, and like, I don't do that. And the other kid would be like, yes, you do. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you do.
Now,
So
when you're
they
writing,
knew. They knew.
sorry, when you're writing, do you have discussions with them? Like, hey, are you comfortable with me saying this on stage about them? Or
well-
is it just kind of, hey, this is how the money comes in. I'm going to say it how I want.
Well, kind of. I let them know this way, like, hey, do you like living here? Do you like eating? Well, here's how we do it. James writes jokes about you and all the dumb ish you do every day. So this is what's going to happen, okay?
I
All
feel like
right.
it's a fair trade-off.
Yeah, it is. And I'm not like, okay, now go back to sleep, and I tuck them back in. That's it.
That's funny. Have you ever, because your lovely wife, Michelle, comes to like all of your shows.
She does.
Has she ever heard a
does.
new joke, or has she ever heard a new joke of yours about her? Or I mean, you don't really joke about her, but like something involving her, and she just was like, James, I can't believe you said that. Was it anything
No.
like that at all?
No, my wife stopped asking questions about my comedy around 12 years ago when I started doing a joke and she was in the audience. I used to work at Universal at the comedy club there. I don't know if you guys remember that way back in the day.
Yep, my
City
wife
Walk.
frequented
Yeah.
seeing you there.
Oh, awesome. And I did a joke talking about how, as a black man, I like bigger women. I think they're absolutely sexy as hell. And I talk about I used to date a girl that was 400 pounds. And this was back in the days with Nelly. So I was like, let me get on the dance floor. She'd drop it like it's hot. I would get hurt trying to pick it up, like all kinds of stupid things like that. So I decided to take the joke a little further. If I'm talking about big women, I want to show people what that's like, because a lot of big women out there sometimes wear outfits that are a little bit too revealing, maybe for, body types. Like I would always say, look, I'm a big person, but I follow the rules of big people. I have the common decency to cover all of this up. I don't just let it out, right? So then I would talk about big women. They're proud. They let you know that they're proud. So I would talk about my big girl wanting to be a stripper. She would wear a halter top. She would have a pink thong on, and I do a couple of jokes about that. And then one day I'm like, what would happen if, because I was 350 pounds at that point. I'm like, what if happens if I get to this point of the joke, I had the DJ put some music on, and what if I stripped as a big stripper down to a halter top and thong? So my wife was in attendance, and she didn't know I was going to do it. So I just did it for the first time. 400 people at the club I used to MC at lost their minds, just got up and started screaming. The place went nuts. And that's when my wife was just sitting there like, well,
this is what I signed up
That's
for.
my man.
This is what
do we have video? Do we have video?
There's video everywhere.
There's video everywhere. James, that's like your go-to.
That's my ending
finale. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
The first time I ever saw James perform, and we were working at the go-kart center, and so I knew him, knew Miguel, knew Devin, and he pulls out that joke because you were the closer that night. I mean, when it's the three of you, all three of you are the headliners, but you were the closer. And he closed with that routine, and it's a hot pink bikini
literally
top and thong.
Hot pink. I'm telling you, with all this, because I'm a big black man, with all this black and all that pink, it looks like an expired bottle of Pepto-Bismol. Like it is just, it's not.
You made me go up a tier on your OnlyFans for that video. I didn't know you were just doing that for free your shows.
Thank you, Chris.
Man, I hope you enjoyed that $49.99 last month.
The people at Golden Corral, thank you.
Oh man. So after all your kids got to see you perform, are they wanting to see you more, or was that kind of it? Like, hey, that was a little embarrassing. Like, how did that go?
It's funny when you're a comedian or do some kind of entertaining where people like what you do. Your kids never do. They never think you're that great at it. Like my kids' friends will all come over. They know that I'm a comedian. They'll look me up on videos. They'll be like, your dad has TV shows. He is amazing. But my kids are like, nah, he's dad. Like he's just that dude that gives us money and tells us to pick up after ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? So to my kids, I'm still just going to be dad no matter what. And I don't feel bad because I was watching a show with LeBron James the other day called The Shop that he does.
Yeah.
And his kids treat him the same way.
Really?
Arguably the best basketball player of all time. His kids don't care that he's LeBron James. So
Mary, LeBron James is a professional basketball player where they shoot the ball into the hoop. He's also starring in the remake of Space Jam. Just wanted to catch you up.
Okay, I definitely have already watched Space Jam like 15 times. So
there you go.
How dare you insult my? You know what? Wow.
Mary, she saw Space Jam 15 times. Mary, how many cats do you own?
No, I don't own any cats. Just like 57 kids.
Wow, you collect them like Pokemon. I
do.
like it.
I put them in my Pokeball.
Okay.
And then I pull them out at tax time. Trying to get that credit.
I'm calling DCF as we speak. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the evidence. You keep doing this when we're live. James, on yesterday when we were recording for Thursday's show, she gives us all sorts of tips on how to get away with murder. And I was like, Mary, what are you doing? Like, we're live.
Look, I wasn't giving away tips on that episode. It was a few episodes back that I gave you tips on how to get away with murder, not this past one.
Anyone ask her how she knows how to get away with murder?
We don't
She's
ask
a professional
questions.
murder coach.
Yeah.
I am a professional murder coach. You can find all of my advertisements on the dark web and also Craigslist.
James, I got to tell you a funny story about Mary. And by the way, for those of you who have not seen this episode, either on YouTube or Facebook, it's our 50th episode. So I asked Chris and Mary if they could wear a suit. Chris is wearing a nice jacket, shirt, tie. I'm wearing a nice jacket, shirt, and tie. Mary put on a Spider-Man suit.
I am.
Follow directions.
I did. We said suits, and I followed through. And let me tell you, you questioned my investment in this podcast. I am wearing a size 5'6" in little boys Spider-Man suit, and I can't breathe. I'm hoping that it almost works as one of those like 1920s, like the corset. Like maybe I'm just gonna cinch this waist right now. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I only had one glove, but that's okay. Once again, dedicated. I'm here for it.
This desk, I've got shorts on and socks and sandals.
Well, Scott, I didn't stop at just the suit. I got my limited edition Grateful Dead Crocs on. I got a little Croc, and for the people at home, I have a Croc cam. You guys are going to see.
You have your Croc cam?
You guys are going to see in 10 minutes. You're in 10-second delay on the Facebook stream, but they can see all see the Grateful Dead Crocs going.
Fantastic. So James, when
what am I wearing down here? I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, what are you wearing?
I have nothing on down here. I would stand up and show you, but my camera would go dark. So,
so what you're saying is you're Donald ducking it right now.
There's a ducking involved, but not with the dude. Okay.
Oh wow. So James, Mary just referenced the dark web, and a funny story when she and I first started working together at the go-kart center that we're all familiar with.
Yes,
our IT professionals were in the building doing some programming. She goes in like they're doing big business, and she's like, "Hey, do any of you guys know what the dark web is and how I could access it?"
What?
I think I may have worked there for a week at this point.
Mary, might I ask what would prompt you to just ask?
I'm interested. I want to know what I can find on there.
Gotcha.
I'm curious.
So you're the girl in a horror movie that gets killed after the black guy.
No, because I already know how to murder people.
No, yeah, she knows how to get away with murder. So she teams up with the murderer.
I would survive. Maybe. I don't know. I also do a lot of dumb shit. Like if they were to be in the corner and they like rattled an iced coffee, I'd be like, murder where? Where's the killer? I'm on my way.
Did anybody hear that? That was a brown sugar latte.
If the killer,
it has 2 stevias in it and 3 ice cubes.
I'm on my way.
If the killer opened up a bag of Dino Nugs, she's gonna come running through.
Listen,
right there.
Why are you coming for me like that? And I'm out. I'm out of Dino Nugs, which is really disappointing.
That's
but
problem.
It was $5 sushi day at Publix, so blessings.
Oh, it is.
That's like a good way to get food poisoning. You really trust sushi from Publix?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't really say that it's sushi because I am a child and I get these little avocado salad wraps. They're in rice paper. There's no meat. It's just avocado.
No, Chris.
In rice paper.
Sushi from Publix is fan-freaking-tastic.
It actually is.
It's amazing.
It really is. Yeah.
So James, Chris lives in New Jersey, so he's never experienced Publix.
I was there once.
Well, because they have real delis there.
Right.
They don't need
thank you.
Publix.
Thank you.
They have real bakeries for bread. They have real butchers there. They don't need
You just have to drive to New York or Philadelphia. Nothing really good is in New Jersey.
Let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes here, Scott. Let's pump the brakes.
Oh, geez, Scott.
He's about to get stabbed.
Rude.
But we're in Florida. We can't talk. Like
I think there's something in your water down there. You guys are I see you guys on the news once every week. You're saying that sushi from the supermarket is like filet mignon of sushi.
I mean, we're pretty good, like I think seafood connoisseurs for the most part. We're surrounded by water. I do have a question though.
We're surrounded by Florida.
Yeah, we're also surrounded by idiots. Yeah,
that's true. So catfish. You catch that
like
in
the online dating strategy.
No, the fish.
I've done that before.
You catch it in fresh water, right?
Yes.
So is that still considered seafood, or is that just like water food? What is what do you call
traditional
that?
land fish, Mary?
No, it's not on the land. I guess sometimes they do get on the land. They flap around.
I'll have to get our intern on that because that's a valid
right?
question.
It's not really seafood. What is it? Water food? Swimming food?
I call it fish.
Oh, James is going to keep it nice and simple for us.
Oh yeah, just fish.
Did somebody ask the interns to look it up?
Yes.
That's
There
so
are
funny.
investigative teams on it. Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you. I just
like
need to
that.
know.
Your investigative team is not, because they would not let me on here if they knew my past.
You would not have passed our
I didn't say they were
background
quick. I didn't say they were quick.
Wait,
There's the 10-second
that guy
delay, right,
shouldn't be
Chris?
here.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got more with James Yon from Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1, which can be heard Monday through Thursday from 9 p.m. till 10 p.m. And then if you miss the episode, just stream it on iHeart. That's what I do.
Absolutely.
And very funny. You don't want to miss that show. Don't go anywhere. Well, you're not going to go anywhere because it's a podcast, so you're just going to keep listening. We'll be right back. No New Friends Podcast is now using Nikki Podcast Preparations Incorporated, which is a podcast management consultant agency of services that helps independent podcasts obtain more plays, downloads, guests, sponsors, and a bunch of the legwork behind the microphone when it comes to podcasting. CEO Nick can be contacted via Twitter or Instagram at NikkiPPINC. And if you tell him that the No New Friends podcast sent you, we'll both get a 25% discount. Nikki has helped accumulate millions upon millions of downloads, tens of thousands of dollars in sponsorships, celebrity guests, and much more. So just shoot him a direct message to get your podcast growing. Hey, New Friends listeners, if you're anything like me, you don't have the desire or time to clean your own house. That's why I've been using I Believe services for the last 5 to 6 years. They are your one-stop shop for all of your cleaning needs. They do commercial, house cleaning, vacation homes, post-construction, party cleanup, deep cleaning, move-in or move-out, pressure washing, laundry, inside cabinets, fridge, oven, and much more. Call them today, 407-928-4595. Check them out on Facebook or their website, ibelieveservices.us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Remy from Remy's Roundtable alongside my dangerous co-host Chris. Guys, our podcast is pretty much all about what is going on here in the beautiful state of Florida. We cover your theme park news, the rumors, and of course, guys, we bring on some local celebrities such as the 5-Minute Professor from Real Radio 104.1. So guys, don't go anywhere and stay tuned and listen to this episode of the No New Friends podcast.
Hey, this is Craig Brooks with Tasty Trivia, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. It is our 50th episode, so we've got a special guest still, James Yon from Real Laughs and Afro Entertainment's Funny Not Famous and The Lowdown with James Yon. Man, I just it just warms my heart to hear your voice, James, and to see your pretty face.
Man, I mean it. Thank you. No one else
You're welcome.
likes me like you. Thank you. My wife even tells me, I can't love you like he does.
That's funny. So
that's funny. It's true.
He's
Anyway,
like,
it's really true. I have this thing that I've just discovered about myself. When I drink a lot of alcohol, and believe it or not, I haven't had any tonight, I start hitting on other dudes.
yeah.
No, I can attest
Is
to
it
that.
only when
I
you
can
drink
attest to that.
alcohol, though? Because
It's mostly when I drink alcohol.
I
But
will
it's
tell
like,
you, we used to have a tradition, me and Scott, that he doesn't follow anymore. Early in our relationship as friends, he would go play golf on a Tuesday night, I believe. It
on a
was
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday
Yes.
morning.
yes,
Spend
I
the
know.
entire day out on the if you will, the greens.
The links.
The links, if you will. He drink all day, and then what would cap off his night is coming home and saying, "I'm going to call my new buddy James," because he gave me his phone number, and he would drunk call me like, "Man, what's going on, James? What's up, bro? I love you, man. I love you. I love you. Listen, I love you. Hey, man." And his wife. His beautiful wife would get on the phone and be like, "Listen, I just want to say I am so sorry that he called you, and let me have the phone. Give me the phone back."
Rachel's like, this is a celebrity you're calling. You're gonna regret this in the morning.
Well, and hold on, I'm going to chime in here because one, he did regret it because he would come to work and be like, "I drunk dialed James Yon again." But what he neglects to remember or highlight is the fact that he also would call me, but instead of saying that he loved me, I would get berated for an hour and a half.
Because you couldn't come out.
I couldn't come out. Kids ruin everything. Like, I'm trying to get my kids to bed. He's like, just put them down. Give them some chloroform.
Wow. Holy crap.
I'm glad that you guys just got phone calls. You know that device that alcoholics get put on their car so they can start their car? Scott needs that for his phone. The last time he got drunk, he took me on a half-hour to 45-minute tour of his house.
It wasn't him. It was Abby.
It started with me, but that is a true story.
And this is my second maid, Broomhilda.
But Chris, to kind of give it context, when I was drunk dialing James a lot, we were working together, in a sponsorship radio show relationship.
Absolutely.
But I hadn't really started coming on a whole lot and guesting on Real Laughs yet. So
you're coming on to them, all right. I don't know.
Is it true, James? I'm like, what? The myth. And I just laugh and say, of course it is.
Oh boy. So, I'm since I'm an unemployed podcaster, I do a lot of cleaning and a lot of organizing. And I've also made some self-discoveries in watching the show Hoarders that I may be a hoarder. Chris is definitely potentially a hoarder.
Well, that's up for debate, but we'll talk about that's another discussion.
Yeah, we've talked about it a couple times, but I noticed in my house, and everybody has this, we all have that drawer. That one drawer in the kitchen. It's some would call it the man drawer. Some would just call it the catch-all drawer, the junk drawer.
Hold, please pause. Why would it be called the man drawer?
I said some would call it the man drawer. Not everybody.
You know of anyone?
I don't know. I read about it on Facebook, so it's got to be true.
Okay, so Chris, if you could just write this down to get the interns to look into that as well.
All right, man drawer is DRA. Got it. All right, that's good.
While they're looking up stuff, tell them to look up the 2020 election because I'm still not sure.
Damn it!
There's be some votes in my drawer.
Right. That's what's in my drawer.
That's where they went.
Good night.
So I wanted to find out from you guys some of the strangest things that you have found or keep in your drawer. I think Mary's got some visual aids for us.
Yeah, I just decided to grab the things that I was like, why the hell? Why do I have this in here? It's not useful. It's not something I need. Well, I mean, maybe I need it, but that's what that drawer is for. Is like, I'm not ready to throw it away. This is the
true.
step.
Yes.
It's the purgatory for
get thrown away.
Yeah.
You're on deck. So yeah, would you like to see my items?
I would love to see your items. Okay, I can't wait.
So in no particular order, a can of pet corrector. This is what I refer to as the can. Before I had waffles, I had this very bad dog. His name was Rex. And Rex was a nightmare and barked at everything. And if you went to go open the front door, he would follow you and bite your ankles. Legitimately, he was an ankle biter. But we hired this guy that came in and, worked with him. And he told us to buy these. So when he would bark, we would, it's just compressed air. Oh God, waffles. I'm so sorry.
She just disciplined waffles.
So high.
Oh man.
But it stops them in their tracks because it sounds like a snake and that's one of their predators. So pet corrector. Waffles doesn't need this because she is beautiful. You are perfect. You're perfect.
Yes, she is. Gotcha.
So
you just can't get rid of it.
I don't know why I have it.
Because it's not emptied yet.
$20 on Amazon.
The kids act
what if I need it?
It costs the money. It still has use, so you can't get rid of it.
I think that I could probably clean
Phase one of hoarding.
My keyboard, probably. I don't know.
There you go.
So next I have Bears and Beans. And this is a book that Grayson colored. And I guess, all right, I'm going to be honest. I don't keep all my kids' artwork. I wait until they're not looking and I trash it. I keep the good stuff.
The stuff that's in the lines.
This one I'm not sure about yet. So we're going to keep it in the junk drawer.
Not sure.
It's on deck. Okay, it's on deck. Next I have thank you cards. I guess I just I do keep thank you cards though, because I am a firm believer in thank you cards. I love what they stand for. But these random ones that say better than a text, These are when I need to break up with somebody, I guess. Like, I give it to Zoe if she's gonna ghost somebody. Like, that's better than a text. Here you go.
Oh,
Next. Yeah. I also have this instruction book for my hand blender. Why, I don't know, but I'm going to keep it in case I forget how to use it. Like, maybe I will come down with amnesia and I don't know how to use it.
I have instruction booklets for everything in my house. Any appliance, anything that I already know how to use, I still have it.
No idea. And I saved the best for last here. So if you have children who wear glasses, you will quickly learn that they break them or lose them very frequently. And insurance typically only covers one pair unless you get like the add-on insurance, which we do. But if you break them in a specific way, they won't cover it. That's right. I have discovered, and we're not being sponsored by them, but if they want to, Zenni Optical. If you have your prescription, you can buy frames and lenses for like $40. Hella cheap. However, there's certain things you got to figure out on your own, like the space between your eyes. So this bad boy measures it. It's like a little ruler.
For those of you listening, it looks like a cheap pair of 3D glasses.
It goes between your eyes, but it tells you, it'll measure it for you so you can figure out which one you need to order. But I keep this in my junk drawer.
That's not weird at all. I actually have one in my junk drawer, and ironically, mine is exactly 6 inches. I don't know what that means. Yeah.
Before or after Scott calls you?
After.
James, what do you have in your junk drawer?
Well, I have some weird things in my junk drawer, actually. So I love the fact you guys brought this up. In my junk drawer, I have syringes. Now, you must be wondering to yourself, James, why do you have syringes? No, I can't possibly be on any kind of drug that involves syringes because look how fat my ass is. Like, I have to be a really committed meth user, like, or heroin addict, man. My daughter actually has type 1 diabetes, so takes insulin. So syringes are left over when she still lived here, but now she, of course, lives on her own. I also have, and this is going to sound weird, my wife is a picker on people. If she sees something like a zit on our kids or any kind of zit on my back, she has to pick at it. So she likes it so much, she actually bought one of the tools the dermatologists have.
Does she have it? Oh my goodness. Okay, listen, this is a really short side story to piggyback on that. I am so obsessed with that stuff. I love it. My nephew got a microscope for his birthday and like a kit to do stuff with. And I'm like, homie, you've got to put some zit juice on a slide. Let's see what's in it. Because I am not interested.
We're gonna cut that.
Yeah, we're editing that out. Mary,
don't. No, let it, bro.
Yeah, but that ruins her hot factor on our show.
There is a niche out there that just got excited when they heard
Jay, are you talking about that silver tool with the little loop on the
Yes.
She's gonna have to give me a rundown on how to use that. Last time I used that, I looked like Seal afterwards. half my face.
Did you know?
Not figure that thing out.
I got you. I will tell you, I'm a guy that doesn't watch porn, but I love pimple popping porn.
Oh my God, I love it too.
Satisfaction.
Okay, so really why did you say it was gross? That I thought that was cool.
I didn't say it was gross. I just was like, that's different.
It's cool to see it on a Facebook video when they're like doing the, popping the zits and getting the blackheads out. But I don't want to see it under a microscope.
And I'm so weird, and I can't believe I'm telling people this, but the more heinous and gross, the better. If you want to ever take it up a notch, there's 2 notches you can take it up. Instead of just watching normal pimple popping, like on Dr. Pimple Popper, you can look at brown recluse spider bites.
Oh,
those are just the goriest, nasty things. Now, if you want to take
Tell me more.
one more notch, it's grosser than brown recluse spider bites. There is something you need to look up on YouTube. It's called jiggers. And I said jiggers with a J, not with an N, Scott. Okay.
Well, I was going to ask you, is that with an ER or an A at the end? I was just going to make sure.
A hard R for Republican, sir. Okay.
Oh, good Lord. This is the one that gets us canceled, guys. This is the one.
If you guys are on YouTube, whoever's listening to this, and you got the stomach, if you think you can stomach this, look up jiggers and you're welcome. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Have you seen the cow video where they're popping a cyst on his leg?
Yes.
Oh my God. That thing goes on for like 10 minutes.
It does. It lasted longer than I did.
You're like those people that just get a normal YouTube video and then just keep clicking. So you see like 8-year-old pimple, ingrown hair on men's. Oh my God.
Yes. So be careful if you look it up. It's going to be it's gonna change you as a person.
James, anything else in that junk drawer?
That's if you want more, I think that's about it. I think like everybody, I still have like a 1980s calculator in there.
Oh,
like, remember
for sure.
like, for no reason. Like no one uses these.
You never know. You never know.
They're gonna have a calculator in every room in my house.
Why?
Who knows?
There's one on your phone.
I know. I know.
Texas Instruments. I salute you, sir.
Guilty.
Chris,
Emily will not let me throw it away.
What do you have in your junk drawer, Chris?
How long do you have?
Okay, give me.
He's like, it's actually my house. It's not a drawer.
3 or 4.
House.
Yeah, right.
So
3 or 4 items.
So you say junk drawer, right?
You got to.
I call them just drawers around in my house. Every drawer that I own just slowly graduates to a junk drawer. You know how everybody has one of those drawers that just when you open it makes that squeaking sound a little bit?
Yes.
Mine just goes, help me. Every single drawer just turns into a junk drawer, and it's because what would you say? It's like purgatory for things that you don't know if you want to throw things away or not. The best thing about a drawer is it's like, if you're not too good looking, put makeup on. Well, if something doesn't look very cool around the house to Emily, which is most of the stuff I bring into the house, goes into a drawer. She never sees it.
Right. That's right.
Just the makeup right on the stuff so most of the things I bring into the house, I aren't very appealing to her because they are obscurities. So they go. So they go. So they go.
Has she become numb to obscurities?
Oh no! I wish there was medicine to make her numb to obscurities because
that sounded terrible, Chris. Let's edit that part out.
We'll cut that. We'll cut
Here, honey, I made you a drink. What's it called? A pill Cosby. There you go.
So the number one thing in my drawer is coupons. And Scott, So a coupon is something you bring to a store to get a discount on something.
Yes, I know. I used to be
okay, guys.
A long time ago, before I became a duke. A Windermere, if you will.
So coupons overrun most of my drawers. It's like even the utensil drawer in my kitchen just has like coupons, a tape measure, just anything that doesn't have a spot. Like I said, I live in a little shoebox, so you just got to be creative with your drawers around here. Coupons, tape measures, dog food, whatever you can fit in a drawer, it goes in the drawer.
Okay. What else?
What type of coupons? Is it anyone that
expired coupons?
Expired food.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
The coupons are never used. They just go there. They just go there to die.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
I like that.
For aesthetic. People open your drawer. Oh, how nice. Coupons. Oh, on ton cher.
By the time we use them, they're like a year expired, and I would take them to the store with the whole, oh please, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was expired. And Scott, that's when you don't have enough money in your bank account to afford something, so you have to plead to the person and all the no shame. I'll give you a lesson on it.
Look, I've been a restaurant manager in one of those areas, and
I've been the person who controlled their destiny with the coupon.
I know, right? Thou shalt not pass.
Just look at them. Shame for you, shame. It's expired. Shame. Boom.
We got another poor one.
How do you know he's poor? He's on an Android.
Get the all-you-can-eat salad ready.
Scott, for whoever can't see at home, Scott took off his tie. Scott took off his suit jacket. You look just defeated with the.
I feel you must have like a Cat 4 hurricane coming.
You look like Trump after he went to that rally with like 10 people and he's getting off the helicopter with the makeup on his collar. You just look done.
I like how it was a short sleeve button up underneath. I like that.
Well, James, here's the thing. I have put on some weight, and none of my shirts fit me.
Oh, brother, no, you can't. No.
Yeah, so I had to wear my extra large short sleeve shirt that I bought when I did Lip Sync Battle and performed "Hello" from Book of Mormon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it. Oh,
That was a
You're-
lot.
How many people knew that song that you were there? That's an odd choice to pick.
Well, it was
for,
a Broadway night. It was a Broadway night, and I wanted
okay.
to make sure that
Makes sense.
nobody was
Makes sense.
doing anything that I was doing. So I did I Feel Pretty, wore a dress. I did Hello from Book of Mormon, and then I finished it with Defying Gravity, and my face was painted green, and I wore a witch's costume and all that.
So, Scott, you're going out to Broadway night at karaoke. So, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
How long have you been peeing sitting down?
The honest answer to that question is probably since I was about 8 years old. I found that it's just it takes less effort to
Gotcha. I
to
understand.
stand.
You
know?
So, at 8, a year after you decided not to come out, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I searched through my junk drawer today, and Rachel has kind of a tight leash when it comes to stuff like this.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know where we were going with this.
Wow. We do have like 3 tape measures
We all
in
thought it.
our junk drawer.
Scott, you don't need 3. It's still not 6. It's still not.
Wait, before or after you call James?
Even after he's
We have a laser pointer to tease the dogs.
Okay.
This isn't helping any of the
just
story.
throwing me softballs at this point.
It's right here. Try to put it here.
After they get done, she points out where he went wrong. Like it's like an NFL commentary. Here's where he went wrong. He went left when he should have went right. He zigged when he should have zagged.
Oh, the balls were deflated, James.
No, you Brady'd her. No.
We also have one of those architectural measuring devices with the laser pointer that tells you how
All
far.
the measuring.
Oh, for when you do all the
devices.
handiwork.
Oh, brother, you
Yeah.
can buy 18 rollers. It's not gonna.
Oh my god.
God, how many pens do you have in your drawer? You and me are
Oh.
we're on the same quarter scale.
We're
You
close.
how many pens do you have? Over or under 30?
On total in the house?
Sure.
Oh, total in the house, hundreds.
Yeah.
Hundreds, because from restaurants, I would just bring them home
Yeah.
with me.
Mhm.
I have hundreds of pens.
That's when I
this
had
house.
100 working
Yep.
in hospitality.
Yep.
I'd always have pens. Yep.
Or
I
someone.
have a lot of them because of children, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like kids in school, like if they're on sale, which maybe I'm a hoarder now too, but I'll stock up on them. We have these little shelves and I put like extra supplies in there. So if you were to open up one of those drawers, you'd be like, what do you do? Why do you have all of these, ma'am? What is this?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I sign people up for extended warranties for cars.
I do. Actually, I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Yeah, so if you could just sign here.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go to a break. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
Do you like Disney? Do you love finding out fun facts about your favorite attractions or restaurants? Then you must try Diz His, the Disney History Podcast. Joe, Alex, and Jen will keep you entertained as they deep dive into all things Disney. Visit DizHiz.com or follow us on all social media at DizHiz65. We even have a YouTube channel. Just search Diz His anywhere, and I hope you give us a listen.
Hi, this is comedian Miguel Colon, and you're listening to the No New Friends podcast.
Welcome back to the No New Friends podcast with Scott, Mary, and Chris. We've got special guest James Yon from Funny Not Famous, The Lowdown with James Yon, both on
Yes.
Afro Entertainment on Comcast. What channel are those on Comcast?
1623, and also we've gotten added to Black Excellence, which is a channel Comcast started themselves, and they took some of the content from Afro, and my show Funny Not Famous is one of the programs they chose to put on it as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
man, life is going very well for James. I'm truly blessed.
Yeah, good for you, man. Good for
Woo.
you. And then also the host of Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1, which you can hear Monday through Thursday from 9 to 10 p.m. Now, before we went to break, we were talking about the junk drawer, and we're going to get into some Sunrail stories real quick. But there was something that I noticed when I was cleaning also. I saved some boxes. So let me explain. Let me paint the picture. We bought an espresso maker probably about 6 months ago. I still have that box in the garage. I saw the box. I know where the box is. Could I throw it out? Nope. Because I had to hang on to it just in case it breaks or just in case I need it for
ship
reference.
It back. Yeah.
I also found the box to my Nintendo Wii that I bought like 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Do any of you
I do keep those. Yes. When it comes to like gaming systems, I will keep the box for it. Just because I've learned over the years that when you go to sell it, it's worth a little bit more if you actually have a nice box that's crisp. Still, like, I kind of get in the habit of doing that. But other boxes for like electronics and stuff, like an espresso maker, like why keep the box? Like, are you going to send it back because one of your brown servants touches it? Like what? Like why?
No, I'm supposed to touch it.
Mary's like, oh my God. Like,
but it's just any specialty box. I mean, we got my daughter a scooter. I had that box that the scooter came in for like 6 months. I finally threw it out because I'm like, why do I have this?
That's pre-crime. That's pre-crime. No, Scott, the boxes for the game systems, the Nespresso machine, that's a little odd. Myself, I can't
Chris,
speak very much.
The scumbag reselling hoarder calling me
very much. Well, that does say something. But remember, I told you all these like boxes that I have in the attic that I have to someday move to the house that I move to. One, maybe two of those boxes, and Emily doesn't know this, is filled with boxes. I got the iPhone 4. I got the iPhone 4S.
I have every cell phone box that I've ever had. I may not have the cell phone, but I still have the box.
Boxes?
I don't know, Mary. It's just a thing. I don't know.
I have thought to myself, though, this is a nice box before. Like when I, kept it for a little bit, but then threw it away because I realized, why the hell did I keep this box?
My 2 new Apple accessories. Yeah, we just hold on to these.
This is the box for my light, my computer light. I have all the boxes for my headphones and my microphone.
Shiny. What are you doing?
I know. All right, Mary, bring us some stories from the Sunrail.
All rise as the Queen of the Sunrail, Mary, brings us stories from the Sunrail.
Okay, saddle up, friends.
Take a shot, Chris.
No, is that one of the? Is that
saddle
one of the
up
phrases?
Is on the bingo card.
Yes.
James, Mary has these isms.
Do I get to see the bingo card?
No,
you are the bingo card.
Yeah, she says, "Saddle up. I'm a victim of circumstances. Picture it, Sicily, 1927."
Nice. I like it, Mary.
Well, so I guess that's the end of my story.
That's another check. She either gives up on a segment or
I quit. I quit the entire podcast. Okay, so on my way to work, it was pretty easy. Not a lot happened. However, I realized that I have become a people of the trade. And I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
Because I recognize when there's an outsider now that gets on the train, like, hey, man, you're not normally on here. Like, who are you?
Oh, how can you tell?
Because I see all these people every single day. So if it's somebody I haven't seen before, I need to know, what is your stop? Like, what does your schedule look like? I just need to know.
James, so she's the queen of the Sunrail.
So you're the Sunrail Karen.
I am. I don't say anything typically.
Okay, got you.
I eavesdrop. Like, I just listen to other people's lives. I put my earbuds in, but I don't turn anything on. Ooh. Like, I want to look like I'm not listening.
I like that.
I heard everything you said.
You don't turn anything on. That's like my life motto.
This guy gets on, and he gets on at the Altamont station.
Okay, I'm already suspect.
All right, yeah. Completely agree. Gets on at and he looks like
he could be from Castleberry.
He could be. He looked like he put his hands in the sink and then swished it through his hair. He had flowing locks. I wouldn't say a mullet, but longish. And so he gets on the train and sits directly in front of me. Here's where I have issue. I take issue. There's plenty of other open seats. Why'd you sit in front of me, sir? Now I'm going to stare at you because I want to know what you're doing with your life.
Absolutely.
Mary has an issue if anybody sits in front of her, behind her, or next to her. She wants like a quadrant of.
Yeah, like if I could just
safety
get
and
like a
protection.
sleeper cart, like that would be nice. Like my own, that'd be fine. So he gets off at the Maitland station. One station. He just rode one station. Sir, you could have walked. You could have hoofed it. Do you not own a car? What is this? We're not out here for this one station.
Judgy
nonsense,
McJudgerson.
Wow. Mary's
told
turned into
you.
a train person racist really quickly.
I'm telling you. No, I'm not racist. I'm like platformist, I guess.
Platformist.
Based on where you get on and where you get off.
I get judged for where I get off.
We got on at Castleberry. Can you believe it?
What?
Don't sit next to me.
But listen, why though? I have a lot of questions. Why just one? You rode for one? That's it? Okay.
Well, first off, I have questions about your questions.
Okay.
Now, how much does it cost to ride the rail?
I don't know for a like single ride. I have the travel pass, so I don't really know what that is.
Couple bucks.
Mine is $84 a month.
Gotcha. All right. Throw your money in our face. Whatever. Okay. So, so I'm thinking probably like what, $3, $4 to go a little distance. I mean, that sounds kind of reasonable. I mean, I think that's why they made the Sunrail, but you want people that are.
Jared says 2 county is $3.50.
Look at that.
So
It's our investigative team.
But he only went, it was one station. He went from Altamont to Maitland and that's it. Got off. Done.
But it would have cost them the same in gas. So that's okay.
Okay, but it just, all right, listen, for me, it was weird. That's why I'm telling you, I have become a people of the train.
Do you keep a journal? Like, do you keep a journal?
I
Man,
should.
suspicious man with slicked back hair. One station.
I should.
July
Because if
28th.
I come up missing, you know who it was.
See, the problem
and I'll
was
like bend down those pages where I'm describing somebody that might
dog ear. Yeah. You didn't,
Go ahead, James.
The problem is you didn't explain to him the rules and the laws of the train.
I should have airdropped it to him. You're right.
You should have explained it to him. He would have been like, I'm so sorry. I did not know that was the rule here.
I'll stay on for 2 more stops.
I will stay on until I get to Kissimmee. I'm so sorry.
You understand? Maybe
I
next
do.
time I will. That's on me. That's my bad. I'll take full responsibility for that. Okay, guys. This is where the universe paid me back for all of my wrongdoings on the Sunrail. Okay, so you know how I told you the story the other day where I was pretty certain that Mark Zuckerberg's doppelganger was on the train?
Yeah.
And I inconspicuously just like snapped his picture, really, doop doop. And the other day before that, I kind of maybe recorded somebody's conversation because it was outlandish and sent it to my sister. I caught somebody taking my picture on the Sunrail today. I was that person for whatever reason. This dude was trying to not look like he was taking my picture and he was taking my picture. So think about my level of anxiety at this moment, right?
Oh my God.
What do I look like? What am I doing that this dude is like, I need to capture this and
not James, not that it's weird that some dude's taking her picture, but does my hair look okay?
Well, listen, because I'm thinking of the rationale.
Did he get my good side?
No, I'm thinking of the rationale for why I take other people's pictures or why I do stuff. It's because maybe they're a doppelganger. 2, they're doing something very weird. Or 3, you know what? Like, there's a reason. So I automatically assume something is wrong with me. I've got it. Like, I look like a troll. I don't know. Something is happening. Maybe I'm accidentally flashing half of the train. It could be possible. I've done something similar before. So immediate panic. And then I almost didn't want him to know that I knew because I didn't want him to feel awkward. Hey, riddle me that, Batman. I know. Guys, that is my level of social anxiety that I have.
I have questions, Mary.
Okay, I don't have answers, but I'll try.
Okay, first off, long-time listener, first-time caller. You were just sitting down, I take it.
Yeah, I was sitting and there's some seats that face each other. He was diagonal facing me, and I was in my seat, and he got on at the Advent Health one, and he was in scrubs. I'm assuming he works in the medical field, or not.
Wow.
Shit. Oh, God.
Woo! That escalated. Okay.
Scott, clip it out.
Okay. So he got on from the Advent Health stop. He had on scrubs, and you were just sitting there. You were on your way to work, I take it?
I was on my way home. This was on my
Gotcha.
way home.
Now,
So
maybe you had on something that he found. Like, do you work at Hooters? Like, is that not where you work?
no,
He wasn't
I
in a
don't.
Hooters outfit?
It
Nothing
was
like that?
not today. No, I had on a dress and a cardigan from the loft. So, not really anything too edgy.
Gotcha.
How short was the skirt?
It wasn't short at all. It was knee length.
Okay.
Could it possibly be like it's Mary from the No New Friends podcast?
Oh yeah, that's gotta be it.
Could have been.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
Did you see how excited my face got?
Oh.
It could be.
Mary, he could be like, oh, it's Mary.
Mary.
Did he when he looked at him? Did he go Mary?
No, when I like looked up and like, because he was like, doing one of these things, like trying to like keep it down, but not really. And he looked up, I looked up, we looked at each other, and then I just like looked away.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's what happened to me today.
Well, maybe he thought you were cute.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no.
He's gonna add you a scrapbook, maybe.
How do you know? Mary, you were so quick. No, that wasn't it.
Well, because I know what I look like on the train on my way home from work. I get wind whipped. My hair gets very large. I mean, look at this bun action I'm working with.
Gotcha.
It's just.
But I like how you've taken over. Like, you're in charge of a train. You are. You guys should call this segment "Mary Runs a Train."
That's a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah, you gotta pay a little. You gotta pay $3.
We don't charge.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I was always taught on the train it's a lot like prison rules. You just walk up to the biggest person and then they know.
Mm-hmm. Or you take their picture. That's how you do it.
Was this a first time traveler? Had you ever seen him before, or?
No, I hadn't seen him before, so he was an imposter.
I'm sure. I don't think this is going to be the last time you see this man.
I don't know,
right?
man.
He's coming back,
well,
Mary.
if I see him next time, I'm just gonna like.
And then if next time, Chris, we have Ghost Mary doing the recording, then we know what happened.
Ghost Mary.
Ghost Mary.
Why do I hate that you make me sound like E.T.? It's not who I am as a ghost, okay? I wish you could just see through to the real me.
See through me to the real me.
But the more I think about this, the more terrifying it is. What type of person do you have to be to randomly take a photo of somebody just sitting there on the train?
My wife.
Chris, I've done it.
If you look weird, my wife's taking a pic.
Yeah,
and she's sending it to me like, how weird is this guy? Yeah.
I am
I've
the
done
topic of somebody's text. How weird is this girl? Like, I am the topic of someone's text.
He's like, I bet this girl wears Spider-Man outfits.
Look, Mary, I like to think that it was someone who was texting a friend of theirs and saying, hey, I think I'm on the train with Mary from the No New Friends podcast.
That's what we're going with.
That's gotta be
what
it.
we're going with.
I finally, I finally been recognized. It's my moment.
You're welcome.
Great.
I've been working for 6 months on this. You're welcome.
So it's either going to be that, or a couple years from now, we're going to see this photo on a documentary of a murder of Mary. And this is the first photo.
Oh, true crime. Here's how it happened.
You're gonna become what you love, Mary. It's a full circle.
Oh well, I'm not that upset about that. I just wonder how it happens. Man. Stay tuned.
You should have asked. You should have asked, and then you should have brought him on the podcast. Hey, you took a picture of me. What's going
excuse
on
me,
there?
stalker dude. When you murder me, how are you gonna do it?
So I can plan ahead.
Gotcha. I want to get a cute outfit for it. So,
James, I am so shameless when it comes to booking great guests and having great content. There was a guy who lost his legs running in front of the Sunrail, and we're like, Mary, can we get an interview with the guy? I want to know what he was thinking. I need content.
I know, terrible, right? These are the type of people I've been associating with, James.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. But I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah.
You know, one thing he's never gonna do again is run late. That's awful. I'm so sorry.
That was such a dad joke.
It was.
But because you said it, it just was so much funnier.
What's happening right now?
Oh man, James, thank you again. So
Are you
much
kidding me,
for coming
bro?
on.
I appreciate you guys so much, man. I love what you guys do, and the fact you let me come on and have a good time with you—that's just a bonus.
Of course. So this is Sunday show. Where you got any gigs going on next week that we should know about?
I wish I was a good comedian and could tell you exactly what I'm doing past this weekend, but I only know one weekend at a time. So,
what you have a website or Facebook, James?
I do have the Facebook, if you will, and if you sign up now as one of my friends, I will send you a Werther's original. James Yon, as always. You can hit me up on Instagram, James Yon Comedian. I have a James Yon Comedy fan page on Facebook. Please hit me up there because I am all out of friends. I'm capped at 5K for my normal thing. So please hit me up. I need friends in my life. Message me. I'll message you back because I'm not doing anything.
He will message you back. As busy as he is, he makes.
I will message you back. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. So yeah, check out all of James's links and go see his shows. You will not be disappointed. They are fantastic. Fantastic shows.
Can I plug one more thing? Is that
Please,
okay?
plug as much as you want.
Our second season of Funny Not Famous. Funny Not Famous is a show that we do with stand-up comedians. We showcase 4 a week where we give them opportunities to be showcased on the national stage. These guys are hilarious. They're some of the funniest guys you've never heard of. They're just not famous. And we're hoping that giving them the opportunity to be on such a large platform will help them get to that next level. So that's starting again in about 6 to 8 weeks. We're going to be filming every Tuesday night on iDrive at the beautiful Afro-Tainers Theaters. Follow me on social media. You can get all the information, and the tickets are always free. So come check us out and be part of a live TV taping.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you got going on? I know you're always working. It's so exciting.
I am. You can catch me on my website, all the clubs, colleges. I'm touring all the time because I just need more things to do with my life.
Awesome. All right. Don't forget to follow us on all of our links. We want to connect with you. The link tree link in the episode description of the episode. I don't know why.
What else on the episode, Scott?
Yeah, I don't know.
Join us next week when Mary runs a train.
For Mary and Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.